The technique I'm going to show you today is called polished stone. It's a really fun technique that every time you do it, you're going to get a different result. If you look at the background of this layer right here, you can see that it's just kind of a spattering of color. It's glossy cardstock, which gives it that shine that you're seeing. And then the way I created that background was with our re-inkers and rubbing alcohol. So let me show you how to do that. Again, I'm going to start with some glossy cardstock. And then I'm just going to take some rubbing alcohol and pour it onto a cotton ball. And then I'm going to add a couple of drops of Melon Mambo re-inker. Put a few of those. And then a lighter color that we have, Pink Pirouette. And I'll just add a couple drops of that color. What's fun about this is that you can combine as many colors as you want. You can change up the number of drops, like I did 3 and 2. You can make them an equal number. There's just so many different options, even the way you apply it to the cardstock. So I'm going to just dab it on like this. And you can see that as I go over it more and more, it changes the appearance. I could swipe it if I wanted to give a smoother look. And what's nice is that using the rubbing alcohol, it dries really quickly, and so you can get creative with your background right away. You don't have to wait too long for it to dry. Then what I sometimes do is just fold it over and take this side that's a little bit drier and soak up some of that extra. So every time you do it, it's going to look a little different. This one actually turned out pretty dark. But depending on what colors you use and how much you actually dab, like I said, it's going to be totally different. I'm going to set this one up here to dry for a little while and do another one. This time I'm going to add another color in, and I'm going to be honest, and I haven't done this before right now, so this might look really cool, or it might be one to let you know you don't need to try at home. So I'm going to do a couple drops of the Melon Mambo. And now a couple drops of Daffodil Delight. This is our bright yellow color that's also in the Bold Bright color collection. So Melon Mambo and Daffodil Delight. Let's see what it does. It's definitely different. Obviously where the colors are blending, you get a little bit of an orange tint also. Fold it over, dab up some of that extra. Well, let me just, since I inadvertently did that, show you what it looks like if you do more swiping. You can definitely get some texture look on there too by swiping or just going in circles like this. There's so many different options. That's why it's so fun. Every time you play with it, it's different. So you can see the little bit of yellow shining through that. This one I did after I let it dry, which, like I said, just takes a few moments. I used our black StazOn ink. This ink pad I used because I was working with glossy cardstock. Anytime I stamp onto the glossy cardstock, I want to make sure that it StazOn ink because it will adhere better to that gloss. This one I did on plain Whisper White cardstock. I did the exact same thing, and you can just see how different it is on glossy. Not only the background and the way the color spreads, but also the way that the stamped black image looks and just the different shine and shimmer it has on the glossy versus the Whisper White cardstock. So again, here's the finished product. All I did with this is added on this Melon Mambo layer of cardstock, I took that same cotton ball and I just dabbed it on there a little bit. So the alcohol evaporated, but it left just a little bit of the Melon Mambo color blotted around on the Melon Mambo cardstock. And then I added some black satin ribbon and one of our rhinestones, and it's just a fun, bright, cheerful card. And like I said, with the polished stone technique, you can have a lot of fun, experiment with different colors, different cardstocks, and just come up with some really creative stamping ideas. Thanks for watching my video. For daily creative inspiration, visit my blog or find me on Facebook at Jody Reinert Stamps.